Hey y'all, we got to get on the line. We got to have an emergency family meeting to talk about what's going on with my sister, my auntie, Wendy Williams.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Okay, so Wendy Williams has been in the news lately. She's looks like she's going through it. Her show is supposed to come back on September 20th, right? And next thing you know, we found out that she not even coming back on September 20th. First, we got this cryptic message saying, due to her ongoing health problems, she's not coming back and on time for September 20th. Well, she's not going to be able to do her promo tours or the press tour that she normally do in advance for the season 13 show, but we hope to have her back on September 20th. So that sounds cryptic, because what do you mean you hope to have her back? So then closer to the time September 20th rolled around, we get a message saying, okay, she got a breakthrough case of coronavirus and she is not going to be back, or we hope to have her back by October 4th, okay, or something like that. And okay, that kind of, even though that sounded a little more firmer than the first cryptic message, oh, we hope to have her back sitting in the chair on September 20th, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, what is going on with Wendy Williams? Like, first of all, Wendy Williams, I talk about Wendy Williams on this channel a lot. I am a new fan, full-on fan, new, and at this point, I'm a stan, okay? Because pretty much she can do no wrong in my eyes. I mean, I know there's a lot of things she does wrong, okay? And I'm a little suspicious about this whole situation she's in now. And I'm definitely not trying to laugh or make light of the situation, but unfortunately I have to, because Wendy has been wilding out for a while, honey, okay? It all started from Halloween. Remember when she collapsed in that Statue of Liberty outfit, and life on the Wendy Williams show has just never been the same, okay? Then she came in with the sling, and she claimed she hurt her shoulder, but come to find out it was allegedly. All the things that I will be talking about today are allegedly, based on rumors and reports. Unconfirmed, but they are rumors and reports, and they've been reported by more than one news source. Now, they are gossipy type news sources, and other people have basically shared that same story using them as a quoted source. Now, everybody knows I have a background in journalism. I don't necessarily approach every story I do on this channel as a news story, but when it comes to hierarchy in the news, gossip rags and things like gossipy type publications, you don't quote those as sources, okay? But social media has basically turned the news business into something crazy. We don't rely on confirmed sources anymore, and we have to get a lot of things through scuttlebutt, which is dangerous. So I'm definitely saying all this is allegedly. But let's get into it. Or let's continue on. Okay. Some of this is comical for me, okay? Because it's like, okay, Wendy knows that the only thing that, like Wendy knows how to play to the crowd, okay? And I call bullshit on a little bit of this, because these seem like antics. Like, she even said, she was so happy that she fainted on stage, on a live studio broadcast, because she wants to play up to the camera. She wants to use things for ratings. She knows when we get involved in her relationship, when we get involved in her life, if we get invested, that's the same formula that the reality TV does. That's why you see them arguing back and forth on Twitter and Instagram and things of that sort, amongst themselves while the show is going on, because they're trying to get more publicity for the press. They're trying to get renewed for another season. So they keep, and they get us involved in their life. That's why we're very involved in the Erica and Safari story, because they kept antics all on the show too, which kept us involved in their life, and now we want to know what's going to happen. Same thing with Wendy. Wendy is the queen of daytime talk. She is the queen. And I just remember all the other stories that she told. First, she said she was in a halfway house. Next thing you know, we find out she had to play like she was crazy or play like she didn't know what was going on. But she had a whole team of people working behind the scene to get her out of the mess that Kevin tried to put her in, allegedly. Trying to get her declared crazy or incompetent or something like that. So I guess mainly to discredit her, so she wouldn't find out about the baby or wouldn't, be able to do much to him, allegedly, right? So now, then we hear about the halfway house, then kind of find out she claims she never used drugs. I remember her saying on one show, even though she stopped using drugs, she does still drink alcohol. Now, addiction 101. Okay, most people know that if you are addicted to drugs, that alcohol is considered the biggest drug. Okay, and so you cannot continue to drink alcohol and say that you're not continuing to, you're continuing on. You just have a different form of drug. You have a less lethal drug, or it's more acceptable now. Alcohol has never really been acceptable, but compared to drugs, it's considered acceptable to a certain degree, right? Taking a lot of liberties with that statement, but the point is that it's just ridiculous. So with her, because she keeps a lot of antics, I watched enough Wendy Williams to know that she's loving all of this attention, because she know damn well. Remember those years when her ratings took a slump because she was out too long. She had to kind of stay. She had a situation with her health, the Graves' disease, with the lymphedema, with the psychotic, situation with her husband and having a baby and finding out about that, him trying to declare her mentally incompetent, allegedly, or get her treated, mentally for mental illness. So I just feel like, all of these things can be explained, because a lot of this time she was dealing with the aftermath of a divorce, and they say, when you get divorced, it's like a death, whether you like the person, whether you didn't like the person, there was some things that you like, and some reason why she stayed. I think she said she was in a relationship for over 20 years or something like that, and she gave her son the best start at life. I mean, I guess that's debatable too, because if you're in a toxic relationship like that, you should have left it, because now the son is growing up seeing that, and it's hard to kind of act differently. It's embedded in him, and so he really is going to need therapy to kind of make sure that he doesn't become an offender himself, allegedly, right? So and it's hard. I mean, you had two parents that had things going on, so he is going to need therapy, in my opinion. I've been watching the pictures, looking at the pictures, seeing her walking around in a robe, and look at in those hospital socks. Child, Wendy Williams had me on the ground. as much as I've been like really worried, and honestly, I really am worried about this girl not returning back for her show. I'm worried, okay? But some of this, okay, if you sit back, if you know Wendy Williams, the true Wendy Williams fan and Wendy Williams show watchers know she eats up all of this attention. So these could easily be concocted stories just the same, okay? And I believe that there's a little bit to that, okay? Because remember, this is show business that we're talking about. Now, last year, I was a virtual audience member for her show. And this was the St. Patty's Day show. So feel free to check that out on my channel. And she, she was on, even that show, it was something going on. Her chair broke, and it was a lot of shenanigans. She looked like she was coming on to the cook. It came to cook there. She came on to him. It was a whole mess. But I was like, wow, there's never a dull moment. And even the people that was kind of running the show, they didn't really pull back as far as, answering questions about some of the antics. Like at the time she had just chose Mike as the winner of her dating contest, and I just felt like that was a mistake. I wish she would have chose the saxophone player, but I think maybe he didn't read right. And then the cute guy was too arrogant, so she didn't pick him, and it was a mess because it probably would have lasted longer. I never saw any chemistry between her and Mike, never, okay? And, I wondered, was he a how you doing, okay? Allegedly, okay? And so I just feel like, Wendy likes to keep the shenanigans. She loves the attention. These could easily be true stories. And every day I'm always like, is she gonna pull through? Is she gonna make it? She was in psychiatric hospital, or psychiatric evaluation. Now I heard about those psychiatric evaluations. You may check yourself in voluntarily, but you ain't walking out voluntarily. Okay, now I don't know if it's different for Wendy Williams, and I don't think it is. I heard that you had to be in there for 72 hours before they let you out. But by her being Wendy Williams, I just don't even see them making a concession because she's Wendy Williams, because she's gonna have a higher profile, be a higher profile patient, and if something goes wrong, it would be more of a problem, for that doctor or anything, because the fans would turn against them. You know what I'm saying? It might be a whole show. So, because a lot of people love Wendy, a lot of people hate Wendy too. So, a lot of people don't even care one way or the other about anything bad that's happening to her because they feel like it's a comment. I used to feel that way. Like I said, I'm a new fan, meaning there was times where I didn't like Wendy Williams, okay? And then she kind of grew on me. I had a girlfriend at work. She was a coworker. She was always coming in telling me about Wendy. And me and her and another coworker would be over there arguing about Wendy Williams. And she'd be like, don't come for my Wendy Williams. I'm like, well, she's so mean. She's so mean-spirited. She's this, she's that. And then we ended up just watching it every day. And then it became like, because I'm a night owl, and then I suffer from insomnia, and I would end up watching the show when it came back on. I think it came back on at like 3 o'clock or something. So I end up watching it again, or watching it period, because I would try to watch it during the day, but I couldn't concentrate. And I'm the type of person, when I watch something, I like to watch every moment, right? So I felt like I was missing too much, or I couldn't pay attention. So I said, I'm gonna watch it later, and I always watched it. And I watched practically every show for the last 3 years. So, like I said, I'm a new fan, and now I'm a stan, because I know no matter what she does, I'm still going to watch, okay? So, and I just pray that, these stories are true, that Wendy Williams isn't betraying the trust, because she is taking a lot of liberties with our trust. Like, she walked some thin lines, and I believe she kept us in the dark too long. She's always talking about say it like you mean it, but she kept us in the dark too long. She let the rumors build. She let all this stuff go. She let her ratings fall. She could have clued us in a long time ago, but I'm glad the way she did it. She got a nice movie out of it. Looked like it was well received. She had the documentary, and she had the movie. Wendy Williams, the movie, and the Wendy Williams documentary, and I thought they were excellent. I really enjoyed it. I loved both of them. I thought she was a little too raw in her documentary. I know it was based on, her true life story, but it was almost like she was belligerent. And she did come across as a little drunk in that documentary, almost like she was buzzed, like, because sometimes if you're going through something, right, and then you start drinking, you get more, you know what I'm saying, your reaction is a little more dramatic. And I just feel like, there was a lot of truths, but there was a lot of lies told by Wendy Williams and her staff. And so that's why it makes it a big question mark. But I feel like at the end of the day, I'm always going to support Wendy. I'm still going to watch. We still going to laugh. We still going to kiki. Please let her finish out her season. Let her work as long as she wants. Nobody's going to be able to fill her shoes. Nobody. They can fill them once she's gone. But while she's there, she's reigning, okay? And I just feel like we should be more supportive of Wendy. I mean, think about all she went through. She lost her husband. Her child went away. She had to play the charade and finally fess up. Even a lot of stuff that were lies, in my opinion. She told a lot of things that were true, that were things we would have never known, so she didn't even have to tell us, okay? So, but I feel like I want to give her some slack because I feel like the show business aspect has a lot to do with some of her, tap dancing, and also the safety and the security of her son and his mental state are at the forefront of her mind when she does release certain things. So I'm going to go ahead and give her a lot of concessions, and I'm going to go ahead and say my prayers are going out for Wendy Williams. Wendy, you've come a long way. I was so happy to hear that you got a therapist. I really, really support you, and I know you're going through a rough time. You lost your mother, you lost your husband, your whole family life. You're in a new house, you're not settled, and I've been in my own mental health struggles currently, okay? To this day, I'm suffering from panic attacks and anxiety and depression, right? And that probably has something to do with me staying up. Not staying up, but having issues sleeping, right? Because sleep, when your body is, your sleep patterns are off, it triggers like mania, and then, it just it's a repetitious thing. And then your digestion gets off, and your appetite gets off, so it is a domino effect. But at the same time, I am in therapy as well. I know I'm constantly triggered. I have issues in my life that are constantly triggering me, and I will talk more about that later. So it's not like anything that's bothering me was years away. It's currently bothering me now. So it's a constant mind over matter thing. And so that's why I said, just cut Wendy Williams some slack. Let me tell you something. I never had issues with mental health. This has never been a thing for me. This has never been a concern. But I found out, hey, I'm human, okay? And we all go through things. Just hope, y'all, that y'all never have to deal with anything that Wendy is going through, that I'm going through, or or some people that you heard are going through worse things. Just know that sometimes we get overwhelmed. Sometimes we need help. I am the strong friend, but even a strong friend, we get weary, we get tired, we get, frustrated, we feel alone, And I just want to pray for my sister Wendy. Let me tell you something. Wendy Williams better come back to this show, okay? Because now she got my nerves on edge, okay? And I love how she was scheduled to come back on September 20th. That was very poetic. I see that somebody it's very thoughtful and romantic, because September 20th was the harvest moon, full moon. And I just feel like, I feel like this show is meant for Wendy, and you know, people get mad at her for doing her job. This is her job, and her job is a gossip, you know, gossip queen. You know, she's actually getting paid for it. We gossip for free. We ain't getting a dime, okay? But I just let's just, you know, let's be there for our sister. You know, we can find ourselves in similar circumstances very easy, okay? Like I said before, I would say 2017, I had a situation where my nephew got killed. He got murdered, and that kind of took me, kind of was like a domino effect, and then it just got worse. Like, I was doing good. I thought I was doing better. And then 2019, I was kind of like getting antsy because, like I said, I had some regular triggers, which I will be talking about soon. And then it just fell out. The coronavirus, being trapped in my house, having to cook all the time, having to clean all the time, doing all these things I never done. I really learned how to cook only during the coronavirus pandemic, and I'm gonna be telling you more about that. I want y'all to welcome back. Your girl is back. I want y'all to send me y'all light and love. Honestly, I struggle to get out videos. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. The real reason I struggle with making videos is I don't have the engagement. I don't have the audience. But you know, I'm gonna ask God, you know, for patience, humility, because I never started my YouTube channel for clicks, for views, for any notoriety, or you know, to be a star or a celebrity or anything like that. I did it because it was a labor of love. And if you see a lot of my videos, I welcome you to go back and look at some of my videos. They might be a little old or dated, but they have some helpful information. I was really geared towards alternative health and, you know, hair care, you know, just putting out good information. I'm not gonna be the channel that's gonna be showing you a whole bunch of hairstyles, but my goal is on hair care, okay, whether it's natural or relaxed. That's been my focus, and thank God I've had some setbacks, but thank God I've been on my journey. I went natural in 2015, so and it's 2020 now, so that's 6 years. Well, almost 6 years. 6 years in November. I went natural in November. So, but I have to look at those dates, because if y'all saw my other videos, I started going natural. And I stayed with my hair. I kept my hair this short for like 8-9 months. I was just loving it too much. I give the whole story here. So feel free to check that out. It's called my Big Chop video, or my Big Chop What I Learned, or something like that. And yeah, I want y'all to stay tuned. I want y'all to support your girl. I was a social media manager for quite some time. I did a lot of great things with that. I really enjoyed it. Right now, while I do have the business, I'm not working in that current capacity. The coronavirus just made me look at things a little differently. So I did have to kind of put that on the back burner, but I do want to get back into it. But I'm going to have to change how I did it, because I did it a little, well, I had a plan that I follow, or a formula that I followed, that I can't really stay with that formula. So thank you for watching this edition of the Lee Williams Show. Feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe, and share this video with your fellow man, your loved one, your family, your friends. And tell me what you think about Wendy. Do you feel like, and I want to hear from the real Wendy watcher fans in the stands. Do you think there's some lies to this? Do you think she really even has coronavirus? She said she was never going to get the shot. Now I heard the only way because I remember her telling Dr. Oz that the only way you could get a breakthrough coronavirus is if you had the shot. So I call bullshit on that, because she never did tell us that she changed her mind. So that's kind of bogus. And then the other day, or it could have been today, we see her smoking from a vape pen. Now, if she had coronavirus, nobody in their right mind should be smoking a vape pen. Now, we all know what they put in vape pens, right? Allegedly, right? And I don't know if that was a doctor photo, but it looked real because she was talking to somebody. She had the vape pen, and when she saw the paparazzi, she sitting back real close, real quick. Wendy, you are crazy. You are crazy, girl. Look, you need to tell us what's going on, sis. I gotta hear it to you. But whatever it is, I'm here for it. Thank you again, and bye bye.